make sure. I think we're live here. Let me just check. We're getting up here. It doesn't say we're live just yet. Alright. Alright, we're live. Looks like by this we're live. Alright. Welcome in to District Nation for some Washington Nationals baseball. Right here, the Nationals are going to take on the St. Louis Cardinals in a rubber match of a 3-game series in this mid-July night game on a Thursday night between the Cardinals and the Nats. We'll get started with the starting lineups in just a moment, but for now, the Nationals lost the first one 4-2 to the Cardinals, and then they won last night 8-2 between the Cardinals and the Nationals. In that game, Mackenzie Gore started, so the Nationals had their ace on the mound in Game 2 when they were excelling offensively and defensively. In that first inning, they hit a 3-run home run by Nathaniel Lowe, who really fueled the offense. James Wood also hit a home run. Ahmed Rosario hit a home run. Those players are in tonight, so to see the Nationals' offense can be fueled again tonight, making another offensive explosion, this time against Miles Michaelis, with Michael Soroka on the mound for the Nationals. So, the game is about to get started in just a moment. It's about 7:32. So we're looking. Looks like this is working very well. As you can see, we have the scoreboard up here. This is different from that video that I made recently where I had the other thing up. It's more just it's not like a manual scoreboard, it's an actual scoreboard. So the Nationals, of course, are last in the NL East, have a pretty bad record. We're going to get up the standings here right away, and we'll talk about the standings for a second around the entire league, including the NL Central, where the St. Louis Cardinals are in. The Nationals are in dead last in the NL East right now, 38-54. They are 15.5 games out of first place and 12 games out of the wild card. And the St. Louis Cardinals are currently holding third place in the NL Central with a record of 49-44. They are 6 games behind first place and 1 game behind the wild card. So they're right on the borderline. So very different matchups here with 2 different goals. Looks like the Nationals are the underdog here, but they won last night. So here we go, as they're getting ready to start right here on District Nation. We'll be starting it now. So it's District Nation. It's getting started soon enough as the Nats game is it's 33. We got 12 minutes until the first pitch, so we'll talk a little baseball until then. We'll look at the scoreboard around the league and take a look at a couple of the games. In the top of the 9th inning right now, the Baltimore Orioles are leading the New York Mets 7-3. The Cincinnati Reds are currently beating the Miami Marlins 6-0 in the bottom of the 8th. In the top of the 2nd, Seattle and New York Yankees are currently tied at 0. In the top of the 2nd, Tampa Bay and Boston are playing each other. Runners on 1st and 3rd for the Tampa Bay Rays, so it looks like they might score. It is 2 outs. Some of the later matchups tonight: Cleveland Guardians and Chicago White Sox are going to take on. Atlanta Braves and the Athletics are going to fight. And then Texas Rangers and the LA Angels. Then you have Arizona Diamondbacks against the San Diego Padres. The Chicago Cubs beat the Minnesota Twins 8-1. And the Baltimore Orioles beat the New York Mets in Game 1 of the doubleheader that is going on right now. That is Game 2 that's going on right now. And the Nationals getting ready to go. So my game seems to be cooperating. Scoreboard is up. We're getting ready to go. Looks like it is working. Had a live stream earlier today where I filmed a podcast episode. It will not be posted because it was kind of just testing the audio for tonight's game, which is going to be live streamed. So I'm excited to live stream for the first time. Anyone watching, thanks for watching today. Excited to talk some baseball with you. Feel free to chat. If you subscribed, you can chat. I have it on subscriber-only mode. So send a message in the chat, and then we'll get started with the play-by-play in about 10 minutes. I think my scoreboard is going to be behind what I'm calling, so please no spoilers if you're watching. That's my only thing, and don't spam the chat. Just have some fun, talk some Nationals baseball. Even if you're a Cardinals fan, you can be in the chat. If you're just an MLB fan in general, you can be in the chat. So, I'll be talking to the chat in between innings as it comes. So, as the Nationals are getting ready, the top of the first is coming up in just a moment from Busch Stadium. And it looks like the 8th member of the Home Run Derby was just announced. It's going to be Jazz Chisholm Jr. He's going to be in the T-Mobile Home Run Derby. Just got that notification. Looks like the game's about to be started. They're showing the starting lineups up here, which we will get to right now. Let's get to that right now. So first, for the visiting Washington Nationals, leading off at shortstop, it's going to be C.J. Abrams. Batting second in left field is James Wood. Hitting third and playing second base is going to be Luis Garcia Jr. Batting fourth, the designated hitter Josh Bell. Batting fifth is the first baseman Nathaniel Lowe. Batting sixth is the third baseman Paul DeYoung. Playing right field is Dalen Lyle. Lyle's hitting seventh. Batting eighth is the catcher Drew Millis. And batting ninth is going to be the center fielder Jacob Young. And on the mound for the Nationals is Mike Soroka, 3-6 record with a 5.40 ERA. Once again, that's Abrams, Wood, Garcia Jr., Bell, Lowe, DeYoung, Lyle, Millis, Young, with Soroka on the mound. For the home team, the St. Louis Cardinals, Brendan Donovan leads off at second base. Batting second is going to be Mason Wynn. Wynn is playing shortstop. Batting third is going to be Alec Burleson. Burleson's in right field. Batting fourth is Wilson Contreras, not to be mistaken with William Contreras. It's Williamson Contreras playing first base. He's hitting fourth. Batting fifth in left field is going to be Lars Nootbaar. Batting sixth, the third baseman Nolan Arenado. Batting seventh is going to be the designated hitter Nolan Gorman. Batting eighth, let me get this up. Batting eighth is going to be Yohel Pozol. And then batting ninth is going to be, let me check his game. Having troubles with these names. I plugged this in as I came home. Victor Scott II. I thought it'd be Victor Scott II. I wanted to say that. And on the mound, Miles Michaelis. 4-6 record with a 5.26 earned run average. Once again, that's Donovan, Wynn, Burleson, Contreras, Nootbaar, Arenado, Gorman, Pozo, and Scott II with Michaelis on the mound. Our umpires are going to be coming up in just a moment, as the broadcast is showing we're soon to get going. In just a moment, Washington Nationals baseball will be going, and we'll do the first stream as the District Nation. Thanks for tuning in, anyone here. Feel free to chat in the chat. Thanks for coming, anybody. Looks like they are getting ready to go. Abrams is going to lead it off for the Nationals. The shortstop, Abrams. So they're going to be the away team from Busch Stadium in the rubber match of a 3-game series. James Wood's having a really good season. We'll talk about this for a second. Against righties and lefties, he's about even with the slugging. 543 against righties, 566 against lefties, 946 OPS against righties, 924 against righties. The home run rate is 14.9 against righties and 13.6 against lefties. That is really good. Looking at some other basic stats of some Nationals players. Look at some of the hitters, and of course, the one player that stands out, we just talked about him, Mr. James Wood. 24 home runs, 69 RBIs, 57 walks drawn. That's amazing. 108 strikeouts. That's the one thing. He leads the team in strikeouts. It's not disappointing. Well, if you're thinking about it, he's getting the most at-bats, and he's also hitting 287, which is the most of any of the players. He has 40 more at-bats than Abrams, and he's hitting the same average as him. And his on-base percentage is just as good because it's 388. He's drawing the walks, too, with a 939 OPS. He's just doing great. You can't fake this. He's doing amazing. Then, of course, you got some other guys who are in the lineup today, like Drew Millis, who is hitting 143 through his first 7 at-bats. He's getting one of his first starts this season. And, of course, you got to look at C.J. Abrams, hitting 287, has 12 bombs, 31 RBIs, 24 walks drawn, and 58 strikeouts. He has 90 hits, 19 doubles, 3 triples, 12 home runs. So good offensively all over the field. He's hitting balls slowly. He's hitting them fast. He's hitting them all over. So, as we get ready, we're going to go with the game in just a moment. So we're getting ready to start. 7:40 now, so we're 5 minutes away. First pitch, so once again, we'll check up on the team scoreboard. I'm interested to see. And it is top of the ninth, Orioles and Mets. So it looks like the Mets are going to push with runners on first and second with 2 outs. They're looking. And it looks like the Cleveland Guardians and Chicago White Sox are going to be delayed. If you're looking to talk about something earlier, in the podcast episode I put live on here today, I talked about Mike Rizzo and Davey Martinez being fired briefly. That was just something we talked about for a second. It was really interesting because they already have their interim manager and interim general manager. It's two guys who have been working for the team for quite a few years, Mike DiBertolo, and then, of course, Miguel Cairo. Cairo is a coach that is the bench coach, and Mike DiBertolo was the assistant to Mike Rizzo for all these years. I think they said since 2006. So he's been working with him for a while now, which is really good. As we're going to look, and it looks like they are going to get going soon enough. Looks like they're going to get started with the official play-by-play now, so the game's going to start in a moment. Looks like on my end the stream is looking great. The audio quality, it's all looking good, and my scoreboard, I just designed it today. It's a simple look for my first stream. I didn't want to do anything too crazy, add like too many scoreboards, just a simple MLB.com logo with a couple logos and, of course, their names. Once again, we're from St. Louis. The Cardinals and the Nationals are taking each other on. Going to be a great game tonight, a rubber match of a 3-game series, and we will be back in just a moment with the top of the first, and we'll be checking out the chat as it comes through. So we're moments away from the first pitch at Busch Stadium between the Nationals and the Cardinals. We'll look at the schedule that the Nationals have coming up and then get ready for the first pitch. The Nationals are in the rubber match of this 3-game series. And then rubber match of the 3-game series. And then they go to Milwaukee for 3 games. And then the schedule starts, and it looks like the scoreboard is going to start once again. Let me make the call before saying anything in the chat. And, of course, I'm going to call it on here, and then it'll come on the chat board. But first and foremost, let me make the call. That's the only thing. So, we're ready to go. Nationals and Cardinals just starting away after the All-Star break. The Nationals will come back home and face San Diego in a 3-game series, as well as Cincinnati. Then they'll have an off day, and then they'll play Minnesota for 3 games on the road, and then go to Houston. They'll have a West Coast trip. Directly after a home series, after the All-Star break, you go on the West Coast series. This is the middle part of a series, as it's the 3rd game of the first series. As we check out some of the scores once again. And it looks like the Mets did lose to the Orioles. So the Mets lost. Interesting. 7-3, so they got swept in the doubleheader. As the game is starting. And we're going to have 87 degrees, 48% humidity at first pitch with partly sunny. So it's going to be 87 degrees. So Abrams is going to get ready to hit. Here we go, top of the first. Abrams, the lefty, is going to step up. Abrams is hitting .287, same average as Wood. So he's going to get first at bat of the game against Miles Mikolas. Mikolas is an old-fashioned guy, has the mustache. He's a veteran. 17 games this series, or season. 4-6 record with a 5.26 ERA over 87.1 innings. With a 1.34 whip, K rate of 16%, 5% walk rate. Has given up 15 home runs. He is obviously pitching to contact. As Mikolas throws the last pitch, and here we go underway. We'll look at Mikolas's pitches so far. 4-seam fastball, a slider, a curveball, a sinker, a changeup, and works in a sweeper as well. The slugging against the fastball and the sweeper are the two pitches that people hit. Over 660 on both of them. So Mikolas is going to get ready to step back onto the rubber. The Cardinals are wearing their regular blue uniforms. Scoreboard is ahead of me. But here we go. Mikolas is on the mound. His field behind him. You got Contreras at first, Donovan at second, Wynn at short, Arenado at third, Nootbaar in left, Scott the second in center. Here's the first pitch from Mikolas. That is low and inside, ball one, and we are underway in this streamed game. First one on the game, and on this rubber match, 3 for 9 Abrams is on the series. No RBIs, no home runs. Here's the pitch from Mikolas. Swinging a fly ball, deep right center field, going back to the center fielder and the right fielder to the track. And it's going to bounce over the wall, and that's a ground rule double to lead off the game for C.J. Abrams in the top of the first. A ground rule double to lead it off to right center field, and the Nationals are right back where they started from last night with an RBI double. So now immediately, one of the Nationals' fastest runners, and Abrams is on second, and there's no outs. And their hottest hitter in James Wood comes up now. So Mikolas comes set to the belt. Here's the first pitch. That is high and outside, ball one, and it'll be a 1-0 count now. Wood, as I mentioned, the Nationals' hottest hitter. 24 home runs, 69 RBIs with a 939 OPS. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss on an outside fastball at 93 miles an hour. Wood in a 1-1 count now. As Mikolas comes set. Here comes the 1-1. That is in there. Called strike two right at the top of the zone. It'll be a 1-2 count now. So we'll do 1-2. It's Mikolas. Comes set. Facing Wood. He shakes his glove before he fully comes set. Here's the 1-2 to Wood. That is low. Strike three called on a low and outside fastball. It's going to be a strike three called for Miles Mikolas on a bad call from crew chief Adrian Johnson. So that'll be the first out of the inning on a bad strike three call. So now it'll be Luis Garcia Jr. hitting in the 3-hole, the second baseman. First pitch from Mikolas is swinging a pop-up. This one will go into the shallow outfield. Shortstop and second baseman are going out. And it'll be the shortstop, Mason Wynn, to make the catch out in the outfield. And there's 2 outs in the top of the first now. So, on the strikeout and the flyout, there's 2 outs, and Josh Bell will come up hitting .219 with 11 home runs and 36 RBIs with a .682 OPS. Mikolas comes set, shaking his glove like usual. First pitch to Bell. That is strike one on the low part of the zone. It'll be an 0-1 count. Last 10 games, Bell has a .406 average with 5 RBIs and 4 doubles. Here's the pitch to Bell. That is low, ball 1. It'll be a 1-1 count. So it'll be a 1-1, 2 outs, top of the first, runner on second. As Michaelis, he comes set. Here comes the 1-1 to Bell. Swinging a ground ball right at the second baseman, Brendan Donovan, and he'll fire it over to first, and that'll be the third out of the inning to retire the top of the first. The Nationals do get a knock, and they leave a man. So now it's Washington nothing, St. Louis coming up. Not what you want from the first inning on the Nationals on their very first inning, and they just get no hits. Well, they get a hit, but then they can't capitalize off of it. Not what you want. As we'll go to the bottom of the first now. Abrams did have a leadoff double, a ground rule double actually, so he really got it off of Michaelis. The wind must be flying tonight. The ball's going to fly like it usually does, but it didn't really go anywhere from there. So now, we're getting ready for the bottom of the first inning. Feel free to jump into the chat whenever you want to. And the scoreboard is ahead of me. I noticed that. If anyone else did, the scoreboard is ahead of me. So we won't be able to figure that out. I'll probably just have to use something different to watch the game. I'm on the Masson website right now, and it is not very fast. So we're going to go to the bottom of the first inning. I am watching the game, so just listen if you don't want to see the scoreboard. Just ignore the scoreboard at that point. So leading off is going to be the second baseman, Brendan Donovan. On deck, shortstop Mason Wynn, and hitting third is Alec Burleson. So we'll get started in the bottom of the first, as the Nationals are going to take the field, and the Cardinals are going to face Michael Soroka on the mound. As Soroka goes in the wind, here's his first offering. Swinging a ground ball foul down the right field line. It'll be an 0-1 count. Soroka, 12 starts this season, a 3-6 record with a 5.40 ERA. Here comes the 0-1. Swinging a ground ball, fly ball actually, down the line. It'll be a foul ball. It'll be an 0-2 count in the bottom of the first to the leadoff hitter, Donovan. Soroka, into the wind. Here comes the 0-2. Swinging a line drive into right field. That's going to be a base hit. The right fielder... I'll pick it up. The right fielder is Lyle out there who fired in, and that's a base hit for Brendan Donovan to lead off for the Cardinals. So now stepping up is going to be Mason Wynn. Soroka has a four-seam, a slurve, a changeup, and a sinker that he uses in-game. As he comes set, here comes the first pitch from Soroka. And that is just outside ball 1. I feel like that would have been a strike last inning. But it's a ball now to Mason Wynn, who's hitting .260, 7 home runs, 31 RBIs, a .705 OPS. As Soroka comes set, here's the pitch. And that is called strike 1, right in the zone. It'll be a 1-1 count. Donovan takes a good lead away from first. Soroka sets. Here comes the 1-1. Swing and a miss on a low and in the dirt. Slurve, and it'll be a 1-2 count for Michael Soroka. Good pitch there. Just a slurve and buried it down there. So it'll be a 1-2. Soroka steps back onto the rubber. Goes into a shuffle position. As he comes set. Here comes the 1-2. Outside ball 2 with a slurve. And it'll be a 2-2 count. So it'll be a 2-2. Runner on first. Against Mason Wynn, the shortstop, with an open stance, hands held on his... He's resting the bat on his shoulder. 2-2. Swinging and a foul straight back. And we'll do 2-2 again. Started this stream at 7:30 today. And now we have this game in the bottom of the first. Here comes the 1-1. Swinging a line drive into left field. That's going to be a base hit. Into the corner. Wood will chase after it. Donovan hustles into third. Wynn goes to second, and that will be a double for Mason Wynn. And Brendan Donovan is on third with no outs. 2 runners in scoring position. And in the bottom of the first with just no one out. So now you have runners on second and third. And the 3-hitter, Alec Burleson, up, playing right field. First pitch is outside ball 1. It'll be a 1-0 count to Alec Burleson, who's hitting .290 with 11 home runs, 40 runs batted in on a .796 OPS. He's 2 for 7 in the series. Here's the pitch from Soroka. Inside ball 2. So it's a 2-0 count. So it'll be a 2-0. No one out. Bottom of the first. The Cardinals have the home field here in this rubber match. Soroka sets the belt. He kicks and deals. Outside ball 3 with the slurve. It'll be a 3-0 count. So it'll be a 3-0. With runners on second and third, you could assume that Burleson is not swinging here. It'll be a 3-0. Burleson hands out extremely high off his chest. Here's the 3-0. Swinging and a foul. So it'll be a 3-1 now. So it'll be a 3-1. Still no one out here in the bottom of the first. So it'll be another 3-1 pitch. Soroka set at the belt. He kicks and deals. Swinging a line drive foul down the right field line. And we'll do a full count now. Full count. 2 runners in scoring position on second and third. Marlins and the Reds. Reds beat the Marlins 6-0. Here's the pitch to Burleson. Swinging and a foul back off the brick of Busch Stadium, straight back. The Rays and the Red Sox are in the bottom of the third. Red Sox winning 1-0. The Guardians and the White Sox are still in a delay. A lot of four seams and slurves thrown by Soroka in this at-bat. This will be another 3-2 now. Soroka sets. Here's the pitch to Burleson. Swinging a ground ball right at the shortstop Abrams. He'll fire it over to first. And that's an RBI ground out for Alec Burleson, and Brendan Donovan scores on the ground out. So it is now 1-0 Cardinals in the bottom of the first. So it wasn't a knock, but it was a ground out to the shortstop Abrams, who was played up the middle. And that'll be an RBI. So now it's going to be Wilson Contreras playing first base. First pitch to Contreras. Swinging a foul back, and it'll be an 0-1 count. So it'll be an 0-1 with 1 out in the bottom of the first. 1 out, .251 average for Contreras with 11 bombs. Here's the pitch from Soroka. That is high and inside, ball 1. So it'll be a 1-1 count now. So it'll be 1-1, 1 out. Here's the pitch from Soroka. Swing and a miss. It'll be a 1-2 count now. So it's 1-2. 1 out. Soroka sets. Here comes the 1-2. Swinging a fly ball down the right field line, and that'll be foul. We'll do 1-2 again. Contreras hitting currently up in today. The former Cub, he used to catch for them. His brother, William Contreras, was the starter on last year's All-Star team for the NL. This is going to be a 1-2. High and inside, ball 2. So it'll be a 2-2 now, with a 1 out and a runner on third. So it'll be another 2-2. Pitch to Contreras. And it looks like he swung and missed on a way and outside and low in the dirt. Strike 3 swinging. A great pitch by Soroka and a bad swing by Contreras. That was in the dirt and in the other guy's batter's box. Contreras just kind of threw his bat out there. So he swung and it'll be 2 outs with one runner on. Two outs, 1 runner on, and it's going to be Lars Nootbaar. First pitch to Nootbaar. Low and inside, ball 1. It'll be a 1-0 count to Nootbaar, who's hitting .229, 12 home runs, 37 RBIs, and a .718 OPS. Here's the pitch from Soroka. Low and inside, ball 2. It'll be a 2-0 count. Soroka has already thrown 24 pitches this inning, and it's just the first inning. As Soroka sets at the belt. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. That is inside, ball 3. It'll be a 3-0 count now. .30, 2 outs, runner on third. Hopefully the Nationals can take care of this. Here's the 3-0. Called strike 1. It'll be a 3-1 count now. Facing Nootbaar hitting .229. In the top of the second, the Nationals will have Nathaniel Lowe up to bat. So here comes a 3-1 from Soroka. Swinging a ground ball foul, and it's fair! It stays fair, and it goes straight to Nathaniel Lowe at first. So a ground out keeps the Nationals at 1 run, given up to the Cardinals. So that'll be end of the first inning, 3 unassisted on the chopper to Lowe, and he tagged on the base. That'll be the end of the inning. So the Nationals give up 1 to the Cardinals. The Cardinals get 1 run on 2 hits, and they leave a man. So now it'll be the top of the second, and leading off is going to be Nathaniel Lowe. We'll be back with the call on that in just a moment. We're going to the top of the second now. in just a moment. A few of the games have ended now. The Mets got swept by the Baltimore Orioles. The Reds beat the Miami Marlins 6-0. And the Cubs beat the Twins 8-1. The three games that are going on are the Nationals and the Cardinals, the Rays and the Red Sox, and the Yankees and the Mariners. Yeah, 3 home runs from the Nationals last night. Nathaniel Lowe, Ahmed Rosario, and James Wood, they all hit home runs. First pitch from Miles Michaelis to Nathaniel Lowe is right in there, strike one. Lowe, 235, 14 home runs, 61 RBIs, a 708 OPS. The 0-1, swinging a foul down the right field line. So it'll be 0-2 now. So it'll be 0-2. No outs, top of the first. Into the line, Michaelis' delivery. Swing and a miss at a high sinker. So Nathaniel Lowe is put out on 3 pitches in a row. That's strikeout number 2 for Miles Michaelis on the day. So now stepping up is going to be Paul DeJong. DeJong will get a little ovation as he's a big Cardinal. Michaelis into the wind. Here's the pitch. Called strike one right in there, and it'll be an 0-1 count. DeJong, 209, 1 home run, 7 RBIs, a 592 OPS. The pitch, swing and a miss at a low slider down there. It'll be an 0-2 count. So 0-2, 1 out, top of the second. Here's the pitch from Michaelis. Low and outside, ball 1. So it'll be a 1-2 count now. Michaelis is going to go into the wind. The 1-2. Outside, ball 2, and it'll be a 2-2 count. Top of the second in this 1-0 night game for the Nationals in their rubber match. They're already losing 1-0. Michaelis into the wind. The 2-2. Swinging and a foul. Out of play down the right field line, taking oppo as DeJong was jammed. Michaelis goes back into the wind. It'll be another 2-2. Swinging a ground ball foul, chopped. And it'll be 2-2 again. We'll do it again. Hoping to see a home run in this game. In a second, I'll put in a poll to ask you who do you think is going to hit a home run. I personally voting for James Wood because he is our home run guy. Michaelis into the wind. The 2-2. Inside, ball 3, and it'll be a 3-2 count. So it'll be 3-2, 1 out. Top of the second. 3-2, 1 out. 236 average inside Busch Stadium for Paul DeJong. The 3-2 is fouled down the right field line, and we'll do 3-2 again. So it'll be a 3-2 with 1 out. The pitch. Swing and a miss at a buried slider. And it's another strikeout from Michaelis in the top of the second. Strikeout number 3 for him. So it's going to be Dalen Lyle now, who has a 14-game hit streak, second in Nationals history of rookies, which is actually an interesting fact. I find that very interesting. Michaelis into the wind. Here's the first pitch. Swinging a ground ball, chopped to the first baseman. He's going to run it over. Michaelis, he flips it up to Michaelis, and that's a 3-1 ground out for Dalen Lyle. So that'll end the inning on a 3-1 ground out. And the Nationals go 1-2-3, striking out twice and grounding out. So DeJong strikes out. So Lowe strikes out swinging. DeJong strikes out swinging. And then Lyle grounds out first baseman, a pitcher, a 3-1. So that'll end the top of the second. The Nationals are scoreless. We'll go to the bottom of the second now. Bottom of the second coming up. The bottom of the second will be coming up in just a moment. The Nationals only have one hit so far through the 2 innings. The Cardinals have 2. Donovan scored on his hit. So now it'll stay 1-0 going into the bottom of the second. Both have left 1 runner on so far. If we haven't talked about it, the Nationals defense. Wood, Young, and Lyle in the outfield. Wood in left, Young at center, Lyle in right. DeYoung's at third, C.J. Abrams at short. Garcia Jr.'s at second. Nathaniel Lowe is at first with Drew Millis behind the plate. First pitch from Soroka to Nolan Arenado is swung on, driven deep left center field, and Young makes the catch at the track. Jacob Young goes onto the track and makes the catch. Not a robbed home run, but hit pretty well by Nolan Arenado, and that'll be the first out of the inning for Michael Soroka. As it's going to be Nolan Gorman now. First pitch to him is right in there, called strike 1. Soroka into the wind. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Swinging a fly ball down the left field line, foul, and it'll be an 0-2 count. So 2, 1 out, bottom of the second. Gorman, the designated hitter, up. Swing and a miss. Low and inside with the slurve from Michael Soroka, and he grabs his second swinging strikeout of the day off of Nolan Gorman. So it'll be 2 outs now after the flyout and the strikeout, and it's going to be Yohei Pozo, the catcher. First pitch to Yohei is right in there, called strike 1. It'll be an 0-1 count now. Yohei, 302 average, 3 home runs, 12 RBIs. Hasn't played as many games as others. The 0-1, swing and a miss on the slurve. A bad swing on that one, it'll be an 0-2 count. Just flailing out and trying to hit it. Where'd you want to hit that one? That was way out of the zone. So it'll be an 0-2. Soroka into the wind. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a grounder down the first base line, just foul. And we'll do 0-2 again. Soroka wearing number 34. A righty facing Pozo, another righty. Into the wind. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Outside and in the dirt, ball 1. Mills will get a new ball and throw it out to Soroka. As I mentioned earlier during the pregame, Jazz Chisholm Jr. is coming into the home run derby. One of the other people is James Wood, our own Nat. Soroka into the wind. Comes the 1-2. Swinging a foul straight back. And we'll do 1-2 again. It'll be a 1-2 count to Pozo. Yohei Pozo. He has an open stance with his foot back a little bit. The 1-2. Up high, ball 2, and it'll be a 2-2 count. 2-2, 2 outs, bottom of the second. Pozo wears a sliding mitt in his back pocket, even though he's a catcher. You see a lot more of those these days, especially even with minors in college. The 2-2 is in the dirt, ball 3 and outside. Millis blocks it. Will go down the line, and the umpire throws out a new ball as the ball goes past. So it'll be a 3-2 again. So people watching, feel free to jump into the chat at any point. Any point you want to. Don't forget, like and subscribe. Here comes the 3-2. Swinging a foul back out of play. It'll be another 3-2 pitch. So it will be another 3-2. With 2 outs. Cardinals Stadium is not as big. Busch Stadium is not as filled as it usually is. The 3-2 is low and outside, ball 4. And it's a walk to Yohei Pozo, and Pozo's on first with 2 outs. So that'll bring up Victor Scott II. Scott II is going to hit from the left side, hitting .235 with 4 home runs, 28 RBIs, and a .641 OPS. He's 1 for 7 in the series. Soroka comes set at the belt, working out of the stretch. Here's the pitch. Down low, ball 1, and it'll be a 1-0 count. Soroka comes set. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. And that is swung on, fouled, and it'll be a 1-1. If we are going to switch to ESPN, it's not as ahead, but I'd rather us have it on ESPN. So I can still call the game with a scorebook, but have a feed. So we're going to switch that at the next half inning. Soroka sets, he deals. Scott squares to bunt and then pulls it back. And it'll be a ball. So it's a 2-1 count now after he pulls back the bunt. So it's a 2-1, bottom of the second. Runner on first. Soroka sets. Here comes the 2-1. Swinging a ground ball to the second baseman Garcia. Fired over to first, and that's the 3rd out of the inning. So it's a 4-3 ground out for Victor Scott II that ends the inning. So the Cardinals in the bottom of the second do not get a hit. They draw a walk and they leave a man. So after 2 innings, it's 1-0 Cardinals. So we'll go to the top of the 3rd now. Anyone who's watching, welcome into the live stream. In District Nation, we call Nationals baseball. Excited to stream more games, as I posted a video about a day ago. It was a game, it was opening day, but excited to stream some live games just like this one. So I'm going to update the screen here. We are going to switch it to ESPN right here, because I prefer ESPN because it's not as behind. So we are going to go to ESPN now. So it's starting to load in the ESPN screen instead of MLB. It will take a minute for it to work for the viewers, and then we're going to interact. I might just shrink it. Yeah, I'm probably just going to leave it at that and let it do that. Because this one is more on time with my game, as it's just starting this top of the 3rd, as I am too. It will be a little bit ahead, but it won't be as ahead as MLB was, because MLB is the most live one. So we're going into the top of the third now, and Drew Millis is going to lead it off, the catcher. First pitch to Millis is ball low, ball one. It'll be a 1-0 count. So it's like ESPN doesn't really want to load right now, but it's better this way. I'd rather have it not loading. Next pitch, swinging a ground ball. Michaelis will run over and grab it. He'll flip it up to the first baseman, Contreras, and get the running Drew Millis out. Michaelis ranged over and made a good play, and that will be the first out of the inning. So we're going to have to refresh ESPN real quickly, but that was a 1-3 ground out, excuse me, to start the inning. So this one's a little bit better. Now screen's a little bit faster, but I'm okay with that. First pitch to Young is right in there, called strike one. It'll be an 0-1 count. Michaelis into the wind. Here's the 0-1. A curveball right in there, called strike two. So Young steps back in. Michaelis into the wind. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Swinging a ground ball up the middle. Shortstop Wynn plays it easily. Fires it over to first. And gets a sprinting Young by an eyelash. And that's a 6-3 ground out to get the second out of the inning. So first pitch to C.J. Abrams, top of the lineup up. Called strike one. It'll be an 0-1 count. Michaelis into the wind. Here comes the 0-1. Inside, ball one. It'll be a 1-1 count. Yeah, I'm liking ESPN more right now. It's harder to see in there. I can call the play. The batter's still up there. It's easier for me. Michaelis goes back into the wind. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Swinging a foul off his foot. So it'll be a 1-2 count. Abrams, back in the first inning, hit that ground rule double that started the game. He did not score. He did not go anywhere in that inning. So it will be another... It'll be a 1-2 right here. Michaelis, the pitch. Swing and a foul again. It'll be a 1-2 again. 1-2, 2 outs. The top of the third here. Cardinals have a slim 1-0 lead. So it'll be a 1-2. Michaelis goes into the wind. The pitch. And that's inside, ball two. So it'll be a 2-2 count now. As Abrams steps back in, it's going to be 2-2, 2 outs. Michaelis into the wind. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Swinging a fly ball, and it'll be another 2-2 now. On deck is James Wood, the left fielder. He struck out looking back in the top of the first. Michaelis with a slow windup. The 2-2. Swing and a miss on a lone inside sweeper. And that'll end the top of the third with a strikeout. And that's his fourth of the day for Miles Michaelis. That'll end the top of the third inning. So the Nationals ground out twice in a row and then strike out. They do not get a knock. So it's 1-0 going into the bottom of the third now. No one in the chat yet. So we'll go to the bottom of the third in just a moment. See that Thomas Fitzpatrick is live. He covers Red Sox baseball. And play-by-play with JJ is live as well, doing his Diamond zone thing where he does 12 hours of baseball. Actually, pretty interesting. So, we'll head to the bottom of the third. One nothing Cardinals here, going into the bottom of the third, and coming up is going to be Brendan Donovan. Donovan, back in the first inning, had a single. He later scored in that inning. So, Donovan's going to come up, followed by Mason Wynn and Alec Burleson to come in the bottom of the third. Soroka's going to come back out. As we wait, we'll take another look at the scoreboard, checking any games. Tampa Bay Rays and the Boston Red Sox are now in the bottom of the fifth. It's a 2-1 game. We're closely following that game. It's a close one. It looks good. So now, remember, feel free to jump into the chat at any point. I'll probably change it to anyone inside of subscribers in just a moment. There's Soroka. He's back on the mound. He's having troubles with his pitch comm, so they're gonna call time and figure this out. Millis is gonna come out to Soroka. They're having trouble with it. So anyone here, feel free to get in the chat. Should we go here? As they're good now. Soroka into the wind. Here's his first offering. It is right in there with a called strike one. It'll be an 0-1 count. If you're watching, just to let you know, my scoreboard is behind yours. Just to let you know. It'll be an 0-1. And that is outside, ball one. So I see there's someone. Welcome into District Nation. We're calling some Washington Nationals baseball. Looks like we gained a subscriber to 5. It's in the wind, the 1-1. Low and inside ball 2. It'll be a 2-1 count. We're up to 5 subscribers, so thank you to who's ever subscribed in the past couple days. I really appreciate it. As it'll be a 2-1. Soroka back onto the rubber. He goes into the wind. The 2-1 is in there. Called strike 2. Low and inside. It'll be a 2-2 count. Looks like we got 3 people watching now. So we have 3 viewers. Welcome in. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Here's the 2-2. And that is runs in on him way inside. We'll see if it hit him. I do not think it did. But it looks like it maybe have. He's talking to the umpire, and it looks like it didn't. That's Brendan Donovan up. Back in the first inning, he singled. And after him, Mason Wynn doubled. As Soroka goes back into the windup, the 3-2. Swinging a line drive into left field. That's going to be a base hit over the leaping third baseman. And that's going to be a base hit. Yeah, DeYoung leaped up to try to catch that one. He could not get it. And that's a single. So in the bottom of the third, Brendan Donovan earns himself a 2-hit game. Three people watching right now. We have 5 subscribers. Once again, don't forget to like and subscribe. Enjoy the stream. Feel free to jump into the chat whenever. Hopefully you enjoy. Here's the first pitch, and that is in there. Called strike 1 on the outside corner. So it'll be an 0-1. As leading away from first is Donovan. Here's the pitch from Soroka. And that is outside, ball 1. Seemed to me like it was in the same exact spot. But it did not to the umpire. So to be a 1-1. For those watching, I am trying to change it to non-subscriber mode so you can hop right into the chat. Anyone can hop into the chat. The 1-1. Swinging a fly ball. Shallow left field. Wood's going to step in and make an easy catch for the first out of the inning. Donovan retreats back, and that's the first down. Runners will not move. So that's the first out. The sun is going down. in St. Louis. Really wishing that more people were there. It's not. There's sections, complete sections that are completely empty there. Pretty sad for an iconic team like the Cardinals, but it reminds me of the Nationals sometimes. Soroka comes set. Here's the first pitch. Swing, and foul off his foot. Went somewhere, went straight off his foot. He's going to walk around. Burleson is. Looks like it might have hurt. We now have 3 people watching. We'll check again. Thanks for watching, everybody. Really appreciate all viewers. Everyone makes the stream great. Trying to figure this out, how to make the chat not stream, so maybe I'll have to go to this thing. Yeah, it's going to be here. So, Soroka sets. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Swinging a fly ball foul down the left field line. And it'll be an 0-2 count after 2 foul balls. Soroka sets. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. That is low and inside, ball 1. It gets away from Millis. He's going to fire it down to second base. Donovan's coming in, and he is safe. On basically a stolen base, we can call that a stolen base. He ran down to second base and dove in on Millis. Missed it trying to block that really good slurve that does not go to the glove. Millis jumped out, threw his helmet off, and fired it to second base. Donovan was in there. We'll see what they call it as it happens. I think it's going to be a stolen base, but we'll check as the game goes on when they show the result. It'll be a 1-2. Here's the pitch from Soroka. That is inside, ball 2. Mills gets it this time. He nabs it, but now it's going to be a 2-2 count. So we're going to check here to the play, see what they give him. Looks like they're going to give him a wild pitch. It's a wild pitch by Soroka's. Millis ready. Soroka sets. He deals to Burleson. Swinging a fly ball center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Young is chasing after it. He'll fire it into the infield. Donovan coming home. He will score. And it is 2-0 Cardinals in the bottom of the 3rd inning. What is up, Pure Adrenaline Sports? He is in the chat. How we doing, John? I saw your Mets did not win. Sorry about that. A sweep of the day. Here right now, we're losing 2-0. Not good right now either. They're exploding offensively, and the pitching is the same as it is in New York, to be honest. It's reminding me of the game I watched earlier. Stepping up now is going to be Wilson Contreras. First pitch is in there. Called strike 1 from Soroka with the slurve. So I'm wondering, John, how did the end of the stream go? I left a little early, so how did the end of the game happen? How was that? Soroka sets. Here comes the 0-1. Swinging a foul straight back, and it'll be an 0-2 count. As Soroka checks the runner at first, he comes set to the belt. Here comes the 0-2. Outside, ball 1. So it'll be a 1-2 now. With just 1 out and a runner on first. It is 2-0 Cardinals. Let's hope the Nationals can hold them here. As Soroka sets to the belt, he kicks and deals. Swinging a ground ball foul, and it'll be a 1-2 count again. Mets didn't put up a fight from Pure Adrenaline Sports. Yeah, I saw the score was the same. I was talking about it at pregame. I saw it in only 7-3. I thought maybe we could see like a 7-5, 7-6 would have been good. Maybe make them feel better. But as you said earlier in your stream, it's not as much as the pitchers. Game 1 was a lot more the offense. Game 2 you can put to the pitchers. The 1-2, and it is popped up on the infield. It's going to go into foul territory. Lowe coming over, and he'll make the catch in foul territory to make it the second out of the inning. That's going to be a 3F. So now it's 2 outs, runner on first, with Lars Nootbaar coming up the left fielder. The run on first is Burleson after his single to center field. .228 average, 12 home runs, 37 runs knocked in. 2 outs. Here's the first pitch from Soroka. That is way inside, ball 1. Put Nootbaar out of the way a little bit, and it'll be a 1-0 count. Soroka checks in for his sign, takes a look at Burleson at first. He comes set. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Swinging a ground ball foul down the right field line, and the ball girl will go grab it, and it becomes a 1-1 count. Yeah, John, just for your opinion on this real quickly, would you think that Game 2 was more the pitching, or was it more the hitting, because it was 4 runs? Wasn't expecting the Mets to explode that much, as the next pitch is called strike 2. So it'll be a 1-2 count with 2 outs and a runner on first. Because it was 7-3, so I'm wondering, do you think it was more the offense or the pitchers? Because I did hear you guys complaining about the pitchers a lot. So it's going to be a 1-2. The pitch is inside, ball 2, low, with an 85-mile-an-hour changeup. So it'll be 2-2 now. The Nationals have James Wood coming up in the bottom of the 3rd inning, so the offense hopefully has their ace up. They can do some damage up to the plate. It'll be a 2-2. The pitch. Check swing, they'll appeal. No, says third base umpire Wolcott. That will make the count 3-2. So it's a full count, 2 outs, runner on first. He will be going. Pure Adrenaline Sports says pitching, bullpen is washed, and they had a bullpen game. Yeah, can't say that I don't understand that. I've seen a lot of bad bullpen games. Runner's going the pitch. Swing and a foul again. And it'll be a 3-2. Yeah. Bullpen is washed. You know it's bad when I saw Rico Garcia come out of the bullpen. Yeah. In Game 1, at least you got that good start out of Peterson until you went to the bullpen and it wasn't as good. Hopefully Mike Soroka for the Nationals can give me a good start here. The 3-2 pitch. Swing and a fly ball out to left center field. Wood chasing over. He'll make an easy catch to end the inning. So that'll end the inning. But the Cardinals put another run on the board. They get 2 knocks with 1 run. They leave a man. And we're headed to the top of the 4th. And the Nationals do get an error off the wild pitch. If I'm correct, an error is a wild pitch. If someone could clarify that, I believe an error is a wild pitch. That a wild pitch is an error. Yeah, so we're going to the top of the 4th. Wood's going to lead it off. Wood, our best hitter, and Luis Garcia Jr. Wood has the tied for the best average on the team with 287. Abrams is tied with him. Wood, having 24 home runs, is going to compete in the home run derby. And I believe if he tries to pull the ball a little bit, he will be the winner. I think if he really focuses on pulling it, because he gets all his power to the right field side, he could actually win this home run derby. And if anyone in the chat is wondering, the 8th contestant is going to be Jazz Chisholm Jr., Yankees shortstop. I think that's the position he plays, but it's going to be Jazz Chisholm Jr. It's going to be Jazz, announced in the final entrant that he's going to swing. So now that begs the question, to Pure Adrenaline Sports, who do you think is going to win the home run derby? Who are you rooting for? So it's going to be Wood, Garcia Jr., Bell in the top of the 4th in this 2-0 ball game. I'm assuming that Pure Adrenaline Sports here doesn't want Jazz Chisholm Jr. to win because Pure Adrenaline Sports covers Mets games. So I'm just taking a wild guess here that he doesn't want Jazz to win. He mentioned in his stream earlier, yeah, he's rooting for Rooker. He's rooting for Brent Rooker. He mentioned that earlier. I just thought it would change maybe looking at some of the other guys. I think this is an extremely young home run derby, especially. And as Wood, the contestant, steps up to the plate, first pitch to him is swung on and missed on an 85-mile-an-hour changeup. So that immediately makes the count 0-1. 24 home runs for the big home run contestant, 6-7. Here's the pitch, swung on and missed on the 94 four-seam fastball, 94 miles an hour. So it'll be an 0-2 count. On deck is Garcia. Wood struck out looking in his first at-bat. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And that is down low, ball one with a 77-mile-an-hour curveball. It's obvious that Miles Mikolas can drop down in velocity when he needs to. As Mikolas is going to go back into the windup. He has a slow one. And he deals. Swung on and missed on a 77-mile-an-hour curveball again. Sometimes it looks like he's lobbing it when he throws that curveball, but no. That is a good curveball. His grip is perfect and it spins a lot. Wood cannot get there. So it'll be another strikeout. The 5th strikeout on the day from Miles Mikolas. The Nationals are struggling against him as they went 1 for 9 the first time through the lineup. They're 0 for 2 the second time through now. First pitch to Garcia Jr. is low and inside, ball 1. He popped out in the first. Here comes the 0-1 from Mikolas. Swinging a ground ball right at the first baseman. He'll jog it over to first. Wilson Contreras. I get them mixed up a lot. Wilson Contreras gets the ground out, 3 unassisted, and that's the second out of the inning. And the second out for Mikolas in the 4th. So now coming up is going to be the designated hitter, Josh Bell. Josh Bell was involved in that infamous August 2nd, 2022 trade. That's probably the biggest trade the Nationals ever made. I don't think that's another trade like that's going to happen for years. The first pitch from Mikolas. Swung on and missed with a 90-mile-an-hour slider. It'll be an 0-1 count. Yeah. August 2nd, 2022, Soto and Bell were traded for a full group of prospects. The 0-1 is down low, ball 1. One of them is now playing for the Mets. That's Soto. He got traded over there. He got signed to the Mets after going to the Padres, then the Yankees, and now he's at the Mets. So he's been through the entire state of New York, basically, and through San Francisco, or San Diego. The 1-1. Swung on, fouled down the left field line, and we'll do a 1-2. Bell, the switch hitter, hitting from the left side. One of the Nationals' hottest hitters over the last few games. He has a triple this season, which really surprises me. He has 1 triple because he's not as fast. The 1-2. Shooting a ground ball, and the first baseman Contreras gets it. He flips it up to the pitcher Mikolas, and that'll be the 3rd out of the inning. That's another ground out to first base. A lot of those has happened today. From both the left side and the right side. That'll end the top of the 4th inning, as the Nationals do not get a hit. Their only hit of the game was their leadoff hitter in the top of the 1st, a ground rule double by C.J. Abrams that just barely was not out. Now, it's going to be the bottom of the 4th now. We've had 13 views throughout the entire stream so far. It's really surprising on my part. Thanks for tuning in, PAS, or John from Pure Adrenaline Sports. He covers Mets games. One of my favorites. A couple of the other guys I could watch. Pure Adrenaline Sports, Rising Rhino. It's both. Thomas Fitzpatrick, he's streaming right now. He covers the Red Sox, so if you're a Sox fan, head over there. But thank you to Pure Adrenaline Sports for subscribing, and I will make you a moderator in just a second. So we're going to, as a moderator, you're going to be a standard moderator. There we go. He's now a standard moderator on the channel. First one added besides my other account, Wardog. If you are seeing this, I am in the chats a lot as Wardog. That's my other account. I was in the chat of PS. I was hanging around his chat for a little while. When I got back from the gym, I hung out in his chat a little bit. And let me check if he has a stream tomorrow. Wonder if he does. As now it's going to be the bottom of the 4th inning. And leading off is going to be Nolan Arenado, who flew out to center field back in the 2nd inning. He'll be the 1st inning. So just so you know, if you are watching, the first pitch is right in there, called strike 1 with a 92-mile-an-hour fastball. If you are wondering, I will not be able to stream for a little while. I'm going on a trip for about a week, and I will not be back till next Saturday. The 0-1 is outside ball 1. If it was up to me, I would call the All-Star game. I would call the Home Run Derby. But I will make some posts throughout. So you can look at the posts. I'll post about the Nationals first-round draft pick that we have. The 1-1 is low and outside ball 2. It'll be a 2-1 count. Yes. The Nationals have the first-round draft pick. They're deciding between Ethan Holiday, Cade Anderson. We'll discuss that later, but it's a big thing. You're deciding your future with this first-round pick. The 2-1. Swing and a miss on the slurve again. No one can hit it. And Millis doesn't seem to know how to catch it either. So it's going to be a 1-2 or 2-2 count now. No outs. First batter of the inning. Soroka into the wind. Here comes the 2-2. Swing and he sawed off. Arenado saws it off down the right field line, and he'll have one more life now. So, it's 2-2, no outs. The wind, the pitch from Soroka. That is outside ball 3, and it's going to be a 3-2 now. So thank you to Pure Adrenaline Sports for using the chat. Appreciate everybody who uses the chat, so hop in there right now if you're interested. So, it'll be a 3-2 now. Arenado the veteran. It's weird to say that he's this big old veteran guy now. He should be the legend pick, not Kershaw in the All-Star game. The 3-2 is low ball 4, and that's going to be a walk for Nolan Arenado to start the bottom of the 4th. We had 13 views throughout the stream so far. Hopefully we can get some more. Anyone willing to use the chat can. So it's going to be an 0-0. First pitch from Soroka is inside ball 1 to Nolan Gorman. He's 0 for 1. He struck out back in the second inning, swinging. Thank you to everyone who has or joined the stream at some point. You are greatly appreciated. This is going to be a 1-0 count. The pitch. Swing and a miss at the 85-mile-an-hour changeup. If you're interested, I will post and put in here Pure Adrenalines. You can go subscribe to him. You can subscribe to Thomas Fitzpatrick. Rising Rhino, he's good too. He covers more football. But if you're interested in fantasy football, baseball, and college basketball and football, you can visit Pure Adrenaline. Who's in the chat. It's going to be a 1-1. The pitch. Swing and a miss at the 81-mile-an-hour slurve. It'll be a 1-2 now. To Nolan Gorman, who struck out previously. He's the designated hitter in tonight's game. It'll be another 1-2. As Arenado leads away from first after his drawn walk, Soroka, he comes set. He checks over on the runner with his shoulder. He's checking again. He holds, waits. Here comes the 1-2. Swing and a foul. Not fouled. I thought it was a miss, but it was a foul. So once again, it'll be 1-2. If you're wondering, top of the 7th inning for Red Sox and Rays. It'll be a 1-2 count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss and a strikeout for Michael Soroka. Strikeout number 3 on the day, and it's swinging. Another strikeout. Soroka with a good pitch there, right in the zone, and Gorman could not hit it. Now it's going to be Yohei Pozo. Gets his name mixed up a lot. I have to remember Shohei Pozo and Yohei Pozo. That works for me. He walked back in the second. Here's the first offering to Pozo. Swing and a miss at the 93-mile-an-hour fastball right in the zone. It'll be an 0-1 count now. As Soroka comes set. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Swinging a ground ball foul. It'll be an 0-2 count now. He pulled that one foul. It'll be an 0-2. He broke the bat, so he's going to need a new one now. And if you're wondering, top of the 7th for the Red Sox game, Tampa Bay Rays 3, Red Sox 1. We'll check up on some other games in between innings. So to be an 0-2, Soroka checks the runner as he comes set. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Swinging a fly ball. Shallow outfield. Garcia Jr. running out. He gets under it, and he makes the catch for the second out of the inning. So it will be 2 outs. We'll take a break in between the 4th and the 5th, and we'll come back. But just so I can catch up real quick. But we'll be here for the entire game. We'll do a little bit of post-game. And you're live watching District Nation. Hope everybody enjoys some baseball. Here's the pitch. That's low and inside. It gets off of Millis. And Arenado's going to go up and head to second on the wild pitch. So that's another error. So it's a wild pitch. So now runner on second after Millis could not block it. It was a bad slurve. As coming set is Soroka. Here comes the 1-0. Called strike 1. Outside corner, and it's a 1-1 count. It'll be a 1-1 pitch from Soroka as he comes set. Here comes the 1-1. Called strike 2, and it'll be a 1-2 count. This will be a 1-2. As Soroka sets, here comes the 1-2 pitch. Outside ball 2. It'll be a 2-2 now. Yes, it's 2-2 again. Victor Scott the second up with 2 outs. Forgot to mention his name. Here comes the 2-2. Low ball 3, and it'll be a 3-2 now. So it'll be a 3-2 now. 3-2, 2 outs. Arenado will be going from second. Here comes the 3-2. Swing and a miss on the low and inside slurve, and that ends the inning. No runs scored for the Cardinals in the bottom of the 4th inning. The Nationals shut them down. It's only 2-0 as they draw a walk, they leave a man. The wild pitch is in air, but no hits or no runs. We'll be back in just a moment covering the top of the 5th. First pitch to Nathaniel Lowe is a ball. Second pitch is in there. Strike one. So it'll be a 1-1 count. Sorry, it took a while. I was just visiting up on Fitzy's chat. So into the wind is Michaelis. He's a slow wind up. Wait, he isn't. Here we go. The 1-1 pitch. Low and inside ball 2 with that really slow curveball. So it'll be a 2-1 count. Here's the 2-1. Swing and a miss on the low and outside changeup, and it'll be a 2-2 count. Don't know why I got really excited. Lowe just swung through that. We're looking for the Nats to score a little bit. So it's going to be a 2-2. Michaelis into the wind, the 2-2. Swinging a foul back, and it'll be another 2-2 now. Still trying to figure out how we can change it to things where you can. Comments is on. Permissions. As it's going to be another 2-2. Here's the pitch. Swinging a line drive fouled on the right field line. It'll go foul. We have 5 subscribers. We've gained 2 over the stream. Thank you to those 2 subscribers. Into the wind is Michaelis, the 2-2. Swinging a ground ball, shallow. Michaelis will grab it, flip it up to first, and another pitcher to first baseman ground out. Those 2 have been getting a lot of action. The Nationals keep doing that. So now, coming up is going to be Paul DeYoung, the third baseman. One out. He struck out back in the second. We're going to call time, and here we go. Michaelis goes into the windup. Here's the first pitch. Swinging a line drive into right field. That's going to be a base hit. A base hit for Paul DeYoung, and the offense is starting to come alive. Paul DeYoung with a nice opposite field base hit, and now the Nationals have a runner on, and Dalen Lyle up to the plate, who has a great hit streak going on of over 15 games, I think. I'll check, but DeYoung now stands at first, talking it up with Wilson Contreras. DeYoung, a longtime Cardinal. Lyle stands into the plate. Here's the first pitch from Michaelis. Swing and a foul. It's going to go out of play and will be an 0-1 count. So here we go. 0-1 count now to Lyles, who's hitting .242 with a home run and 6 RBIs. It'll be an 0-1 count. Here's the pitch from Michaelis. Swing and a foul opposite field, and it'll be an 0-2 down the left field line. So we're trying to figure out how to make it so you don't have to be a subscriber to chat. I'm trying to get it to work. As Lyle watches a thing happen. Alright. As Michaelis comes set. Comes the 0-2. Outside, and DeYoung took a good secondary that made the catcher Pozo think he was going, but he wasn't, and Pozo jumped up like he was going to pick off. That did not work for him. So now it's going to be a 1-2. And here we go. As Michaelis comes set. Here comes the pitch. High and outside ball 2, and it'll be a 2-2 count. The 2-2. As Michaelis, he comes set. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss, and Lyle is down swinging here in the top of the 5th. So that's a second out for the Cardinals. Nationals down their last out of the inning, and it's going to come down to Drew Mills, the catcher. So Drew Mills has an open stance. He's hitting .125. He has an RBI. in the season. Michaelis picks over. DeYoung is in safely with a dive. So first pick off for Michaelis. Hopefully the Nationals can get this win so I can also show off the little screen I made for the Nats win. As Michaelis sets, the first pitch to the lefty is right in there, called strike one, a little high, I think. I would say it's a little high, but there's the 0-1 count. So here's Michaelis sets. Here comes the pitch to Millis. Right in there, called strike two. It'll be an 0-2 count now with 2 outs. Hopefully Millis can keep the inning going. So he comes set. Michaelis actually does not come set. He goes into the shuffle. Now he comes set. DeYoung leading away from first with a good lead. The pitch. Swing and a ground ball to the first baseman. He grabs it up and flips it over to Michaelis again. And it's another 3-1 ground out. So the Nationals do not get a run, but they get a knock and they leave a man. Their first knock since the first inning. Hopefully the offense can continue. They can get a run. It's 2-0 going into the bottom of the fifth. We'll be back in a moment. Just one moment. Here we go into the bottom of the fifth inning. And the Nationals and the Cardinals, they're battling out in what you could say is a pitching matchup. But it is really a 2-0 game. Soroka's given up 2 runs. Michaelis has not given up a run yet. As Soroka is done, surprisingly, after 5 innings. Actually, 4 innings only. And they're going to go to Andrew Chafin. Already going to Chafin here in the top of the 5th inning. We'll get Soroka's line finalized in just a moment, but really immediately they take him out, which is pretty crazy to me. After only giving up 2 runs. Only 4 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs so far, and he walked 2 guys, struck out 4. I don't get it. I think you should have left him in for the 5th. I don't see a problem with that, but now Chafin's coming in. 19 games, 3.14 ERA over 14.1 innings. 1.81 whip with a 2.76 average against him. He comes set with his long hair and big mustache. The first pitch from Chafin is right in there, called strike one. A little low, but we got the call that time. The umpire right now, Johnson has a really big zone. Massive zone. As Chafin comes set, here comes the 1-0. 0-1. Swinging a line drive into right field. Easy play for Dalen Lyle. Right to him, and that's the first out on a line drive to right. So that'll be the first out. Now coming up is going to be Mason Wynn, the shortstop. As Donovan, the leadoff hitter, lined out to right. Bottom of the 5th. If you're just joining us, welcome in to District Nation. Chafin's first offering is right in there, called strike one. It'll be an 0-1 count. Chafin set at the belt. Hands held really low. Next pitch to Win is outside and low, ball 1. It'll be a 1-1 count now. So it'll be a 1-1, 1 out, bottom of the 5th. The pitch from Chafin. Swing and a miss, and it'll be a 1-2 now. Hopefully the Nationals can get more than just 1 inning out of Chafin, maybe 2. And even better, you could get 3 out of him, which would be absolutely great. But for now, it'll be a 1-2 count. 1-2. 1 out. As Chafin sets. Here comes the 1-2. Down low, ball 2. It'll be a 2-2 count now. We had PAS earlier in here today in the chat. Anyone else, if you're willing to, hop in, enjoy. The chat is always open. As long as you are liked, subscribed, you can join the chat. So Chafin sets, he delivers. Low and inside, ball 3. So now it'll be a 3-0 count. We have 4 likes on the stream now. Thanks so much for liking. If anyone could, they could subscribe. We have 5 subscribers. Really great. Hopefully we can gain some. So it's a 3-2. Swinging a ground ball right back at Chafin. He'll run it over and toss it up to the first baseman low, and that's the second out of the inning on a 1-3 ground out by Mason Wynn. So now it's going to be Alec Burleson. So it'll be 2 outs, and Alec Burleson up, the right fielder. First pitch from Chafin. He delivers. And that is low and outside, ball 1. It'll be a 1-0 count. So 1-0, 2 outs in this bottom of the 5th matchup. Here comes the 1-0 count. The pitch. That is outside, ball 2. It'll be a 2-0 count now. I don't like that ads. Those are getting annoying to me. Per just the calm scoreboard. That works for me, but nothing works for me now. It's first stream. As Chafin comes set. It's on the left side of the rubber, the pitch. Right in there, called strike 1. It'll be a 2-1 count. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball right at the second baseman, Garcia, and he'll fire it over to first, and that's a 4-3 ground out to end the 5th inning. A 1-2-3 inning by Andrew Chafin finishes off the 5th inning, and we'll go to the 6th inning. An empty board for the Cardinals. The 5th inning, we'll go to the 6th. It's 2-0 now. Alright, anyone can chat now in the chat. So we'll be back in just a moment. I figured that out. So everyone can now chat. Anyone, send in a message. But be sure to like and subscribe first. It's now the bottom of the 5th, or the top of the 6th now. Top of the 6th, and leading it off is going to be Jacob Young, the center fielder. So we have subscriber only mode off. Enjoy the stream, everybody. Send in messages. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. We have off subscriber only, so hopefully we'll get some viewers later in the stream. Have 5 subscribers tonight. We only came in with 3. We got 2 over the stream. Really great. It's going to be top of the 6th inning. Leading off is going to be Jacob Young once again on deck. The shortstop Abrams. Third, James Wood. He's the 2-hitter. as Michaelis is going to go right back out for the 6th inning. He obviously is having a good outing. So Young steps up to the plate. Here's the pitch from Michaelis. Low ball 1. It'll be a 1-0 count now. So it's a 1-0 count. Michaelis into the wind. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Swinging a ground ball right to the first baseman again. And he's going to tag Jacob Young. Another ground out to either the pitcher or the first baseman. Michaelis has been getting that all night long. Those easy ground outs to that side of the field, it's really getting annoying. As Steven Matz is going to start warming up in the bullpen for the St. Louis Cardinals. A 3 unassisted ground out for Jacob Young. And that'll bring up the top of the order. So second time through the order, the Nats are once again 1 for 9. As Michaelis into the line, the first pitch. Swinging a ground ball right at the first baseman. He'll flip it over to Michaelis covering, and it's another ground out to first. So after a 3 unassisted, it's a 3-1. And that's the second out of the inning, and there's 2 outs now. So it's 2 outs, and James Wood is going to come up. Wood, a big bat. Anyone new here? Welcome into District Nation. Hope you enjoy the stream. We're talking Nats baseball here. I'm going to do streams like this every so often. Then I also do Nats talk in general on the podcast. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. An 85-mile-an-hour changeup. I've always wanted to do this, when I enjoy baseball a lot. I'm a big Nats fan, so I just thought, stream baseball. Here's the 0-1. Swinging a line drive down the left field line. If it's fair, it's foul, and it is foul? Yeah, it's foul. It was foul. I thought it was fair, and it was going to be a triple, but nope. And now, in the Tampa Bay Rays-Red Sox game, it's 4-3. Wood had a good piece of that. Put it down the left field line. But it'll be an 0-2, 2 outs now. So it'll be 0-2, 2 outs. Top of the 6th. As Wood steps up. Michaelis. Into the line. Here comes the 0-2. And that is low and inside, ball 1. Wood went at it first, but took it back in time. It's going to be a 1-2. Here's the pitch to Wood. High and outside, ball 2. It'll be a 2-2 pitch. In the top of the 6th. Thank you to all the viewers of this entire stream for coming out, listening to some Nats baseball. The 2-2. Swing and a ground ball foul. And it'll be another 2-2. So we're going to make a poll here. We're going to do Will the Nationals come back for all the viewers. So I'm just going to do that. And here's the pitch, and it is low and inside, ball 3. So it's a 2-0 game. Hopefully the Nats can come back. It's going to be a 3-2 pitch with 2 outs to the big James Wood. Here's the pitch. And that is high ball 4 with a 76-mile-an-hour curveball. And James Wood draws a walk here in the top of the 6th inning. Good play by him. So now it's going to be top of the 6th with a runner on. 2 outs. We'll see that Luis Garcia Jr. can do what he does best. As now Michaelis is going to take a walk around the mound as the infield is coming in. It looks like a coach is going out. And I think this is the pitching coach. Yes, this is the pitching coach. Actually, it's the manager. He is done. Miles Michaelis is done in this game after 5 2/3 innings. He has a runner on first that could be his earned run. Steven Matz is now coming in. So Matz is going to come in during the top of the 6th here. So Soroka went 4 innings. Michaelis went 5.2. Michaelis only gave up 2 hits. We don't know how many runs he's given up. And then he walked one guy, a good appearance, along with 6 strikeouts. Great appearance by him. So I applaud Mr. Michaelis here. But he grabbed 6 strikeouts, a walk, 2 hits. We don't know how many runs he has if Wood's on first. And Wood is a big threat to score. Coming back next will be the end of the top of the 6th with Steven Matz in just a moment. So now coming in for the Cardinals is going to be Steven Matz. 26 games this season, a 3.38 ERA, pretty good, 48 innings worked, a 1.15 ERA, K rate of 22%, a walk rate of 4%. Used to be a starter for the Mets. As it's going to be Luis Garcia Jr. First pitch is right in there with a fastball. Be an 0-1 count. If you're enjoying the stream, hit the like and subscribe button. We have 4 likes on the stream, 5 subscribers. Here's the pitch to Matz. Swinging in a broken bat right at the second baseman. He'll make the catch. The second baseman, Donovan, makes an easy catch, and that'll end the inning. The runners are stranded on a line out. And Michaelis will have no earned runs. So the Nationals fail to get a run. They get a base runner on the walk. They leave a man. And now we'll head to the bottom of the 6th. In just a moment. We'll take a quick break. So it's going to be the bottom of the 6th now. We're going to the bottom of the 6th, and it's going to be Wilson Contreras to lead off. Sorry with the sound quality not being great. So it's going to be the bottom of the 6th. Wilson Contreras, Lars Nootbaar, and Nolan Arenado are going to hit. Excited to see Chafin try to shut them down. If Chafin is still pitching, we'll see how that is. And you know my scoreboard is ahead of me, so I'm on a completely different tab. I don't like looking at that. I don't want to be ahead. So here we go. We'll see who's on the mound in just a second. So they're showing something right now. That is not the game. Looks like there is going to be a new pitcher here for the 6th. It's going to be Mason Thompson, as Chafin worked the 5th, giving up 0s across the entire board. No walks, no Ks, no runs, no hits. Mason Thompson, 2 games, a 0 ERA over 1.2 innings, coming after Tommy John back in 2023. First pitch is lined into right center field. That's going to be a base hit. A nice, easy base hit by Contreras off the first pitch from Mason Thompson. An opposite field kind of jam shot. Puts a runner on base here in the bottom of the 6th inning off the first pitch of Thompson. So the top of the 6th, they now have a runner on, and Lars Nootbaar is going to hit with Nolan Arenado on deck. Nootbaar is 0 for 2, a ground out and a fly out. Thompson sets. Here's his first pitch to Nootbaar. Swinging a fly ball. Deep right center field. Way back. And that one is a ground rule double. The right fielder Lyle went after it, and that's a ground rule double. And I'm actually really happy that it got over the wall, because now they can't go anywhere than second and third. So that's a ground rule double. And now it's runners on second and third, and it could be worse, honestly. So let's thank our lucky stars that it went over the wall. Lyle went for it, completely missed it, and it bounced and went over the wall. Thompson sets. Here comes the first pitch to Arenado. Swing and a miss. Mason Thompson gets him swinging on the outside pitch. If you're facing Nolan Arenado, throw him outside. He pulls everything. He can't hit for power to the other side. So throw outside everything to him. As Thompson comes set, hands out high. The 0-1. Swinging a ground ball foul down the left field line. He threw him low and inside. You do not want to do that to Nolan Arenado. Do not give Nolan Arenado a low and inside fastball. He will hit a home run. So, it's going to be an 0-2 count here on Nolan Arenado. Thompson comes set. He bends. Oh, Arenado's going to call time before then. It'll stay 0-2. It's going to be an 0-2. The pitch. Swing and a line drive into right field, but it was an opposite field hit. He did exactly what I said to do, and he poked it into right field. Thompson threw him an outside fastball, and it's an RBI single. Arenado just barely pokes it into right field, and that's a base hit. He goes opposite field, which I have never seen him do. Runners on the corners now with no one out. Never seen Arenado go to the opposite field and actually get an RBI out of it. So Contreras scores, and Nootbaar goes over to third. It was a shallow right field hit, so Nootbaar can't go anywhere besides one base. Thompson sets. Here's the pitch to Nolan Gorman, the lefty. That's low and inside, ball 1 with an 88-mile-an-hour changeup. Thompson comes set. Here comes the pitch to Gorman. Swing and a foul. Opposite field down the left field line. It'll be a 1-1 count. We'll check on the games in just a second. Arenado on first, Nootbaar on third. 4-3 Boston in the top of the 9th of the Rays Red Sox game. Thompson sets and delivers. Swing and a miss. High and inside. Fastball, and it'll be a 1-2 count. 1-2, no outs. Runners on the corners. Thompson sets, bends his knees a bit, comes back up. The 1-2 pitch. Outside, ball 2, and it'll be a 2-2 count. So it'll be a 2-2 with no outs. Miguel Cairo, the interim manager for the Washington Nationals, as Davey Martinez was fired. Thompson sets, bends his knees a bit. Here comes the 2-2. Outside, ball 3, and it'll be a 3-2 count. So it's 3-2, runners on the corners with no one out. So it'll be a 3-2. Thompson sets. He bends his knees. He goes. Swing and a ground ball foul down the right field line. Thompson sets. He gives ready to give the 3-2. He goes. Down low, ball 4, and a walk for Mason Thompson. He has let 4 people on base in a row. So the bases are loaded, and Jim Hickey's going to come out and talk to Mason Thompson. So the bases are loaded. Millis, Thompson, and Jim Hickey will have a conversation here, hoping the bullpen is up and active now. And it is. Jackson Rutledge is up warming up in the bullpen. If you are wondering, or if you're new, the Nationals are wearing their road gray uniforms. The Cardinals are wearing their white home uniforms. It's a classic type of game. No alternate uniforms or anything. Hickey's going to walk away now. Thompson will go back to the rubber, and we're going to get going with this bottom of the 6th. Bases loaded situation. So now it's going to be our favorite big catcher, Yohei Pozo. Yohel. Oh, I didn't realize that was an L. It's Yohel Pozo. Did not realize that was an L. So it's an L. It's Yohel Pozo. Here's the first pitch from Thompson. Swing and jammed foul. And it's going to be an 0-1 count. Thompson steps back onto the rubber. He comes set, bends his knees, brings it back up. Here's the 0-1. Swing, and he flails and hits it foul, pulling it down the left field line. Brian Wu for the Mariners had a no-hitter going and was broken up by Jazz Chisholm Jr. Interesting. So it'll be an 0-2, bases loaded. The 0-2, Thompson sets. Here comes. Swing and a ground ball through the hole. Abrams missed it. Abrams completely missed it, and that gets through, and a run is going to score. It's 4-0. So now Arenado stands on third, Gorman on second, and Pozo on first. We'll see if they give him a hit. So now, yeah, that was... Abrams just completely missed it. He put his arm down to grab it, and he completely missed it. So hopefully, maybe they'll take out Thompson now. But no, they won't. Here's the first pitch. So way outside, ball 1. This is Victor Scott the second. After that base hit, we'll see. And they did give him a single. So it's an RBI single. So the pitch, swinging a ground ball. Lowe fires it over to second, and that'll be the first out of the inning. But a run will score. So it's a fielder's choice. No RBI on that. But he went 3-6. So everyone moves up a base. One person scores. But now... So... Now someone's going to come out now. It's going to be Miguel Cairo. Thompson is going to come out of this game. Thompson's going to come out. And Jackson Rutledge is going to come in. So I just noticed that T-Fitz redirected a couple people to me. So we'll see if anyone shows up as we come in. We still have one person watching. So it's the bottom of the 6th inning. If anyone's coming in now, It's the bottom of the 6th. And it is 5-0 Cardinals because the Nationals can't seem to field right now. Abrams made a big error. So, we got some people in the chat right now. So the Nats losing, not again. Yeah, that's what happens, T-Fits. They're losing. Yeah, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Thanks for joining, the two of you. Thanks for coming into the stream. Thomas Fitzpatrick Sports Channel is in the house, so it's 5-0. Not having a good game right now at all. The team is not doing well at all. It's 5-0. Abrams made an error at shortstop that cost a run, so that made it 4-0. And then they got a fielder's choice where Nathaniel Lowe threw it to second instead of going to first, which I did not like. That was not a good play on their part. But we're headed into the bottom of the 6th. They are the MLB The Show franchise bad right now. Actually, they might be worse. Because I think that MLB The Show group could field a routine ground ball. So we're back, and the Cardinals only have 8 hits. It's really the walks, the errors, things like that. They didn't give Abrams an error for that, but he put his glove down. It hit the glove, and it went off the glove. That's an error in my book. So we got Charles Adderley, welcome in, and Thomas Fitzpatrick in. Welcome in, both of you. Thanks for coming into the group. Be sure to subscribe, both of you. Hit that like button. It's completely free. So the first pitch from Rutledge is hit out to left field. Should be an easy play for Wood. He'll make the catch right there, and that is the first out of the inning, and they tagged up. The runner from third tagged up, and he scored at 6-0. So Wood wasn't paying much attention as he caught it in medium left field in a normal position and didn't throw it home. It's 6-0 now. After the first out, and that's a sac fly that moves up one runner. It's 6-0 now. So on first now is Pozo. Oh, Victor Scott's on set. So there's 2 outs. This is really confusing. But thanks for you two for watching. Hope you enjoy the stream. And we got some reactions to the poll. And it's outside ball 1, first pitch from Rutledge. I'm just wondering here, who voted yes? I'm actually wondering here who actually voted yes. Because they're probably not coming. I put that out when it was 2-0 back in the 4th inning. When it was 4th inning, I had it. And I guess they weren't going to come back now. It's 6-0. So if you put yes, thanks for being faithful in the Nats. Thanks for being faithful, but I think I'll go ahead. I cannot vote in this. I think it says I picked no. I would probably pick no right now at this point. So thanks to Fitzpatrick and Charles Adderley for joining. The runner goes on the pitch and is in there for strike 1. The throw down is not in time. He's safe, and Victor Scott II steals a base. So now it's a runner on second. So I'm just wondering who is in here right now, because it says there's 2 people. So thanks for coming. Charles Adderley and Thomas Fitzpatrick, thanks for coming in. Fitzy, I had a feeling you might come for a little bit of the game at least. And don't mind the screen. I'm trying to improve it right now. I'm trying to make it look better. Good job to the Red Sox, by the way. The pitch is called strike 2, and it'll be a 1-2 count with 2 outs. It's Mason Wins hitting the shortstop. We got 5 likes, 5 subscribers. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. It'll be a 1-2 count. Pitch from Rutledge is outside ball 2. So we now have Thomas, Adderley, and PAS added as moderators. So it's going to be a 2-2 count. 2-2, 2 outs. The pitch from Rutledge. And that is just high, ball 3. By that point, give us a sympathy call. It's 6-0 in the bottom of the 6th. Give us a call there. Here's the pitch. Swinging a fly ball foul, and it'll be 3-2 again. So it'll be another 3-2. So Rutledge comes set. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. Swinging a ground ball through the dive of Nathaniel Lowe. And now Victor Scott II is going to score, and it's 7-0 Cardinals in the bottom of the 6th inning. The Nats are doing what the Nats usually do. Having that one inning, they had given up only 2 innings. 2 runs the past 5 innings. And now, 5 runs in the 6th inning. And it was the bullpen doing it. We thought that would happen. So now it's 7-0. There's 5 runners have scored this inning. First pitch from Rutledge. It's called strike 1 to Alec Burleson. Mason Wynn just doubled there. He got a double. So that's a 2-out double that keeps the inning alive for the Cardinals, which we do not want. Here's the pitch from Rutledge. Swing and a foul, and it'll be an 0-2 count. So it'll be an 0-2, 2 outs. Here's the pitch from Rutledge. Swing and a miss, and that'll end the inning. Finally, all 9 hitters hit. Rutledge grabs a strikeout, so he does not give up any runs. It's going to be all to Mason Thompson, who went 0.1 innings, gave up 5 hits, 5 runs, all 5 of them earned. He gave up a walk and did not strike out 1 guy. So not a good outing for him. But Rutledge came in and did his best to keep it, only giving up a hit, which was not good, but he kept it minimal. So now we're going to go the 7th. It'll be the 7th inning now. And the Nationals are going to hit. So it's now 7-0 Nationals. Bell's going to lead off. He's grounded out twice. We've had a few people come in throughout the night. Thanks for coming. Ooh, 6 likes on the entire stream. Thank you guys so much. 6 likes. We have not gained a subscriber yet. Thank you so much to everybody. Yeah, thank you again, everybody, for coming into stream. Just shouting out a couple names here who are coming up. We got Pierre Drillin Sports. He came early. Charles Adderley was in here. Thomas Fitzpatrick was here. Just a few guys. They liked and subscribed. Thank you to them. Looks like Bob Carpenter here got a standing ovation and a thank you, I guess. Yeah, Bob Carpenter, a longtime Cardinals voice, was the voice of their team until he came over to the Nationals. He's the Masson broadcaster. He's in the house right now. So it's going to be the top of the 7th. Josh Bell will lead it off from the right side this time. First pitch is right in there, called strike 1 from Matz, coming back into the game after his .1 inning, getting a lineout. .217 average, 11 home runs, 36 RBIs for Bell. Next pitch is outside, ball 1. So it'll be a 1-1 count. Just a reminder, tomorrow we'll host District Nation Talk. So it'll be a 1-1 count, the pitch. Swinging a fly ball foul down the right field line. It'll probably be an earlier episode of District Nation Talk, the podcast. We'll talk about this game, just baseball in general. Smats into the windup. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a grounder right at the third baseman. He'll fire it over to first. Bell jogging, so he will be out. First out of the 7th inning is Bell grounding out, so he's 0 for 3 on the day. So now stepping in is going to be Nathaniel Lowe. 6 lights on the stream. Thank you to everybody who's liked and subscribed. Charles Adderley's the top messenger of the day. Thank you, Adderley. You got 75 XP on the YouTube stream. The first pitch to low. Right in there, called strike one. It'll be an 0-1 count. We will be changing up the design for the next game. Next pitch is high and inside, ball one. I'll probably change the OBS design a little bit, make it look better. Matt's into the line. The pitch to low. Swinging a fly ball. Left center field. The center fielder running over to grab it. Victor Scott will make an easy catch to make the second out of the inning. So now there's 2 outs. And now coming up is going to be the third baseman, Paul DeYoung. So looking at the poll, 33% said yes, the Nats will come back. 67% said no. I think I was part. Now, Comas Fitzgerald is here. Hello, Comas Fitzgerald. I saw you in Thomas's stream. Thanks for coming in. So in the poll, I'm assuming you probably put no. The pitch to DeYoung is swung on and grounded to the third baseman. He barehands it and fires it over to first, and that'll be a third out of the inning. It'll be a 5-3 ground out, and the Nationals go 1-2-3. We head to the bottom of the 7th. Comas Fitzgerald is now here. How you doing? I saw you were in the chat for the Red Sox game. I was hanging around a little bit, but mostly was over here calling this game. So I asked this question to the last couple people who came in here. If you want to answer, who do you think is going to win the home run derby? That's been a question that I've been popping around a little bit. If you're wondering and you're willing to answer. Go Walgreens. Thank you. The other stream, go Walgreens. Yeah, the Walgreens team is losing 7-0. And be sure to hit that like and subscribe button so we can get an extra subscriber. And the first people who are chatting, I haven't been making moderators. So if you hit that subscribe button, I can give you a couple rewards, you know? And other stream, Bobby Witt Jr. for the Crown team. Okay, you're in first place now on the board. Comas Fitzgerald. I see your picture is like scary Fitzy. I like that. I like the Fitzy image as yours. Thanks for coming into the stream tonight. You, Thomas came in, Charles Adderley came in, and PAS was here earlier. Yeah. Bobby Witt Jr. for the Crown team. Be sure to like and subscribe to the 2 people who are watching. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. We've gained 2 subscribers tonight. We went from 3 to 5, so if you haven't yet hit it, it's Evil Pringle Fitzy. That's a good one. Evil Pringle Fitzy. Maybe I should change the District Nation logo to Evil Pringle Fitzy as well. So Wilson Contreras is going to step up to start the bottom of the 7th inning. The Cardinals currently lead 7-0. I assume that Rutledge is going to come back out. First pitch from Rutledge. Swing and a miss. On the 84-mile-an-hour slider, it'll be an 0-1 count. I'm assuming you're a Red Sox fan. If you're always hanging around in T-Fitz's stream, I assume you're a big Red Sox fan. So Rutledge comes, sets. Here's the 0-1. Swinging a fly ball. Deep center field. Going back is Young to the track. At the wall, he leaps, and it's gone. Wilson Contreras with a solo home run. So, it's 8-0 Cardinals in the bottom of the 7th inning after Wilson Contreras hits a solo shot. That is not what the Nationals need right now, especially when you're losing 7-0 for it to only become 8-0. First home run of the night. I thought the home run would be Wood, but that was to deep center field. Young tried to climb the wall. He could not get there. So it'll be 8-0 now. Comas Fitzgerald says, I love how you knew who the Walgreens were without me saying it was Washington. Well, the logo looks the same. The logo looks the same. I like that you see Walgreens instead of the Nationals if you're a baseball fan. I think maybe they should change their name to that. If they lose enough games, they can just be Walgreens this year. As Rutledge comes set, Comes the first pitch to Lars Nootbaar. The pitch is way inside. Ball 1, it'll be a 1-0 count. Yep, I'm a Red Sox fan. I just got into baseball this year because of my not-so-evil twin, Thomas Fitzpatrick. Not-so-evil twin. I like that. So it'll be a 1-0 count. Right in there, strike 1. So if you are a baseball fan, you can subscribe to the channel. I'll be posting Nationals videos, or as you like to see them, Walgreens videos. We'll be doing play-by-play, and I am friends with Fitzy. I'm in his stream a lot. Here comes the 1-1. That's way inside, ball 2. Yeah, they look pretty much the same to me. I see the same thing when I look at them. I see the same exact thing, to be honest. Here comes the 2-1. Swing and a foul back, and it'll be 2-2. There's a pinch hitter now for Lars Nootbaar. Hampson is going to pinch hit here in the bottom of the 7th inning. If you're a Red Sox fan, do you live in the area of Boston or Massachusetts? So Rutledge sets. The 2-2 is way up high. Ball 3, so it'll be a full count now. Wait, that was on Contreras' side. That is not what I wanted. So it'll be a full count with the home run already in the inning. Rutledge comes set. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. Called strike 3, a strikeout of Hampson here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Exactly what Jackson Rutledge could use down here. Nope, I'm Canadian, eh? Okay, we got a Canadian. It's interesting. Canadian baseball fan who's a Red Sox fan. That's new. Well, kudos to you for not being a Blue Jays fan. As Rutledge comes set, here's the first pitch to Arenado. And it's low and outside, ball 1. Rutledge still working. A long man out of the pen. A Red Sox fan from Canada. Now I've seen everything. Swing and a miss on the outside pitch. It's a 1-1 count. Thank you for being in the chat tonight. Appreciate everyone who's in the chat, especially those who stay as long as Fitzy's evil twin. We've got both the twins tonight. Here's the 1-1, and it's way outside, ball 2. It'll be a 2-1 count now. Nice to see both the twins. Very different people, I assume, because Thomas calls baseball and Comus Fitzgerald just kind of talks about it in the chat. But here's the 2-1. Called strike 2 on the outside corner, and it'll be a 2-2 count now. As Rutledge coming set at the belt, he will deliver the 2-2 pitch. That is way outside, ball 3. So now it'll be a 3-2 count. Arenado with 1 out after that looking strikeout. He's up. He has a single, a walk, and a flyout. The pitch is swung on, popped up on the infield into foul territory. Barely in foul territory. He's going to go back into fair territory. So it's a normal flyout to third base. Nathaniel Lowe in fair territory. So that's a second out of the inning. The DH Nolan Gorman will come up. So Gorman, he's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts and a walk today. First pitch to him. Swing and a miss. Low and inside cutter for the first pitch at 88 miles an hour. Nationals down by 8, looking to slowly work their way back. Fitzgerald says, yeah, I'm not a Blue Jays fan. I like to be different. Oh, here's the pitch. Swing and a foul. So he says, yeah, I'm not a Blue Jays fan. I also like to be different. I'm also a Bruins and Celtics fan. I'm also a Washington Commanders fan. Hey, Commanders fan in here. I personally like some Boston sports. They're my second team, I'd say. They're my second city. I go DC. Then I go to them. So, kudos to you for being different. Some people need some different people in Canada. Not a Blue Jays fan. You're a Bruins, Celtics, Boston fan. And that is on the outside corner, ball 1, and it'll be a 1-2 count. So now we have a fan through Comas Fitzgerald talking to us in the chat. If you have any other questions or comments, you can ask them in the chat right here. I'm willing to answer while I call the game. This will be a 1-2 pitch. Outside, ball 2. It'll be a 2-2 now. And Washington Commanders fan. Go DC. I'm a big DC guy. Love the DC area. So it'll be a 2-2 count. Thinking about calling some other DC sports. This is going to be a 2-2. Check swing, they'll appeal. No, says the umpire, and it'll be a full count. 3-2, 2 outs, no runners on to Nolan Gorman, hitting in the 7 hole. The pitch. And that is called strike 3. Gorman throws the bat. Did not like that call, but in the end, you're winning by 8. So you can deal with a bad call. But the Nationals get a good call. We are through 7 innings, and it's 8-0 Cardinals. Let's check up on the scores now around the MLB. We'll check around them after the game. We'll call a little bit of them, but we're also going to take a chance because we're going to take a chance to look at the other streamers on. PAS is done. T-Fits is done. But it's like the Ace Avenue is calling the Yankees-Mariners game. Play-by-play with JJ is doing his Diamond Zone. Northwest Sports Fanatics, Braves County Radio, Max Covers TV, and Mavericks Digest is live right now. Mavericks Digest calls Mavericks basketball. I'm a Mavericks fan, so that's something I like to follow. Feel bad for the Nationals because they won in 2019, and then straight after they go back to being not so good. From Comas Fitzgerald. Well, depends on how you look at it. I mean, wasn't too bad of a loss. In 2019, they started 19-31. They did not start good. They weren't expected to be good. Then they did that whole go 1-0 every day, which brought them up. They became a good team. In 2020, they didn't do as well as they probably could have. But in 2020, they did math. They weren't the worst team in the league like they were in leagues like 22 and 23. I think 22, they were the worst team in the league. 23, they were one of the worst teams in the league. 24, they were meh. Last year, they were 71 and 91. This year, they went down a little bit, but the rebuild, I think you can say the rebuild's almost over. Excited to see how the rebuild ends. So that's the answer to your question. Just bad for the Nationals. They won in 2019. I mean, that's baseball. You can't be good every year unless you're named the Los Angeles Dodgers. Then you're good every year. Same with the Yankees. But then there's the little teams like the Nationals where you're just hoping to get a win sometimes. That's what we're hoping now, but it's 8-0 going into the top of the 8th inning. And leading off is going to be Dalen Lau, the right fielder. Trying to keep a hit streak going, but he's hitless this game. The first pitch is high, ball 1. It'll be a 1-0 count. Thanks for using the chat today, Mr. Comas Fitzgerald. Thank you for being here. We have 29 views total on the day. Pretty good, the pitch. So I'm going to fly ball foul, and it'll be a 1-1 count. Just so you know, I will not be able to stream many games. I'm going on vacation. I will be not back till next Saturday. I'll be able to do a District Nation podcast episode probably tomorrow live. As it's going to be a 1-1 from the new pitcher, Leahy. And that's high and outside ball 2. The new pitcher for the Cardinals is Leahy. He's on the mound now, coming in the 8th inning. Mats went 1.2 innings. Leahy sets the 2-1. That's inside ball 3. Zeros across the board for Mats over his 1.2 innings. No runs, no hits, no walks, no strikeouts. Productive game. So now it's going to be the pitch to Lau, 3-1. That is low and outside, ball 4. So it's a walk for Dalen Lau, so his on-base streak is going to continue. So it's Now up to the hit streak. So the Nationals offense needs to explode so Dalen Lyles' hit streak can continue. So another comment from Comas Fitzgerald we'll get to as Millis steps up to the plate. We'll read in a second. Here's the pitch from Leahy. That is called strike one, 0-1 with a 97-mile-an-hour fastball. Here's what he said. Like they gone through so much, then they win one World Series, but then straight after everything falls apart, it's like the Royals in 2015 or the 2016 Indy Nope Guardians. They've been never back since. Yeah, that's the type of game you're going to live. That's a called strike 2 on the outside corner with a slider, so it's going to be 0-2. Runner on first. The runner is Lyle. He has his on-base streak. I mean, that's what you're going to get when you're a fan of the team like the Nationals. And you'll find out, Comas, that happens with the Red Sox a little bit. They're a good team, though. Pitch is outside, ball 1. So it'll be a 1-2 count. The Red Sox, they're on and off, but if you're a big fan of them, there's games where you love it and you hate it. That's what happens when you're a big fan of a team. It'll be a 1-2, the pitch. Swinging and a foul. It'll be another 1-2. There you go, Comas. Did something for you. You can check up on that. Just don't abuse it. So it'll be a 1-2. The pitch. Swinging a ground ball at the first baseman. Something's happening. Looks like it went foul. So they're going to call it foul. And Millis now is going to go to a 1-2 count again. So it'll be a 1-2. No outs in the top of the 8th inning. 8-0. Not what you want to see in this. Leahy comes set. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. That is outside, ball 2. It'll be a 2-2 count now. We have 6 likes on the day. We got 6 likes on the stream. We got 5 subscribers. We got 2 extra tonight. Here's the pitch. So I'm going to fly ball down the left field line, and that one's going to hook foul. So it'll be a 2-2. As Millis with his extremely open stance. Hands held pretty high. Here's the pitch from Leahy. Swing and a ground ball up the middle into center field. Lyle's going to hustle to third. He'll get there safely. Millis into first with a single. And the Nationals offense comes up a little bit with their first runner in scoring position since the first batter of the game. When C.J. Abrams hit that ground rule double. They have not had a runner get past first since then. Now they have a runner on third in good situation now. Here's Jacob Young with runners on first and third. Here's the first pitch to Young. Swinging and a foul. So it'll be an 0-1 count. Runners on the corners, no one out. So Nationals have a chance to get on the board here in the top of the 8th inning. Here's the pitch from Leahy. And that is check swing. They'll appeal. They say no. It's going to be a 1-1 count now. Looks like we have another person watching now. Welcome in to whoever's watching. Thanks for coming into the stream tonight. But here we go. It's going to be inside ball 2. But teams like the Yankees, Red Sox, or Dodgers, who have the luxury of being a bigger market, can pay for the better player, but a team like the Nationals, they have to rely on the prospects. Yeah, but I mean, you can look at that in many different ways. Some people like the prospects. You can develop them. Here's the 2-1. Right in there, called strike 2. It's going to be a 2-2 count. Do you like the powers, Comas? You are mid-made an admin. You are now an admin of the District Nation channel. But please hit that subscribe button. Here's the 2-2. So in a ground ball at the third baseman, he'll fire it over to second. 5-4-3 double play. And there are 2 outs here in the top of the 8th inning. But the Nationals get on the board. It is now 8-1. Nats losing by 7 now. So that's an RBI double play I don't see that a lot, but it's an RBI double play. Whatever works, and looks like the Nationals might challenge this. Yeah, looks like the Nationals are going to challenge this. Let's see what the call is. So Miguel Cairo is going to challenge this. We'll see the play again. From this angle, he's really close, but it looks like he's safe. I think he's safe. Yep. Thanks for tuning in tonight to all the viewers who came in at some point, to those who used the chat, including Adderley, Fitzpatrick, Pure Adrenaline Sports, and Comas Fitzpatrick, who's here right now. So they are going to challenge the play. From my angle, it looks like Young beat it. So personally, I think he's safe, but we'll see the play. So it looks like he's safe, and Abrams is going to come up. So now there's a runner on first, so it's a fielder's choice. So it's a fielder's choice, and Abrams is up with one out. Here's the pitch. Right in there, called strike one. Nationals are on the board. Excited to see them back up there. Here's another comment from Comas. This is going to be an 0-1 count. Here's the pitch to Abrams. That's low, ball one. And by the third there, they usually have to trade them away for more draft picks. That's why I feel for the Nationals, at least, they have that 2019 World Series championship. Yep, we have one championship, and I feel like we deserve it. I think we earned that one. And swinging a chopper at the third baseman, he'll fire it over to second. They're going to go to first with it, but Abrams is out. So that's another double play, but this time it works. So it's going to be out, a 5-4-3 double play. If you know baseball, what's 5 plus 4 plus 3? It's 2. So that ends the top of the 8th inning. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th inning. But now we'll go to the chat a little bit. Comas talking about how he feels bad for the Nationals. I'm a Nats fan, and I feel bad for them. So there's that. I think everybody feels bad for them on some way. Comas is constantly in the Red Sox. The Thomas Fitzpatrick stream. He loves being in there. So we're going to go to the bottom of the 8th inning. That is an earned run. So the Nationals are on the board. It's 8-1. It's not 8-0. It's 8-1. The Nationals have found their way on. They're not going to get shut out in this game. They might lose, but they're going to score a run. They're not going to suffer in silence. Welcome back, Comas. It says he's back. Welcome back. Everyone who else is watching, be sure, join the District Nation. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you like the design, you can say in the chat. It took me not long to make. I just wanted to make it simple for the first live stream that I do. So it looks like Finnegan's going to come in the bottom of the 8th inning in a game he probably shouldn't be in. That's what it says on ESPN. My game is a bit behind. But it looks like they might bring in Finnegan. So, bottom of the 8th inning. In the 9th inning, Wood's going to lead off for the Nats. So we'll see who's pitching for the Nationals. And it looks like it's going to be Kyle Finnegan, who's been in 33 games. He's had 18 out of 23 saves with a 2.43 ERA in this very out-of-hand game. They're going to go to Finnegan. So hopefully they can get 2 innings out of him, or even just 1 will work. So Finnegan's going to come in here in the bottom of the 8th. If you're wondering, Rutledge went 1.2 innings, 2 hits, 1 run it was earned, and 3 strikeouts as Finnegan goes down to his shuffle. He comes set. It's Kyle Finnegan, the closer, in an 8-1 game, facing Pozo. The first pitch from Finnegan is swung on, belted, shallow left field. Abrams running out to get it. Left fielder Wood's going to come in. Wood makes a catch. Sorry, I said belted. I thought that would have been deeper. but it's just a routine flyout for James Wood to start the bottom of the 8th inning. Here's a comment. Look at Juan Soto, for example. Great homegrown player gone in 2 years due to the small market way of life in the baseball realm. So as a fan, as a big market team, I feel for them, their fan base. Well, thanks for the gift. By the way, greatly appreciate it. Oh, yep, making you a moderator. Just making sure. It's the pitch and is right in there, called strike one. Make sure, are you just wondering, are you subscribed? I'm just going to ask you that. Are you subscribed to the channel currently? It's the only thing I want to know. Because it doesn't look like you joined and subscribed. I'm wondering if you are subbed. So if you haven't, just please hit the subscribe button. Here's the 0-1. Called strike two. Co-master powers, you can just, during games when I stream, you can delete comments you feel that are unnecessary. Maybe rule violations, like maybe and spamming. Please delete those. Just be a good moderator. Here's going to be the 0-2. That's in the dirt, ball one. It'll be a 1-2 count. Finnegan sets. Bottom of the 8th inning. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. That's high, ball 2. It'll be a 2-2 count now. And I know the scoreboard is ahead of me. I'm going to figure out how to get that fixed somehow. I can figure that out somehow. So Finnegan's going to come set. Here comes the 2-2. Swing and a miss. He got him on the fastball outside. Kyle Finnegan with a swing and strikeout with his first of the game in this 8th inning. This will likely be the Nats' last inning of the game off defensively because it's the 8th inning. Next inning will be their last inning hitting. Unless they get 8 runs, they're probably not going to pitch again. So Finnegan comes in now. Use him while you can. So it's going to be Brendan Donovan, the leadoff hitter. 2 for 3 on the day. First pitch to Donovan is outside, ball 1. Comas Fitzgerald, yeah, I subbed. Thank you so much. Greatly helps me. Trying to get to some subscribers and keep these live streams going. It's Finnegan. He comes set. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. And it's 1-1 now. And if you enjoy Comas, just to let you know, I won't be able to stream for a while. Probably until not this coming Sunday, but next Sunday, I'm going on vacation. And it will be the All-Star break. Anyway, you can go to Pure Adrenaline Sports for the draft All-Star game and Home Run Derby. The 1-1 is swung on and missed. It'll be a 1-2 count. Pure Adrenaline is streaming both the Home Run Derby and the All-Star game. That's how I'm going to watch it, at least, I think. I'll be in there if you join, and I think T-Fits will probably stream them too, so you can join your twin stream. It'll be a 1-2 pitch. Swinging a ground ball right at the second baseman, Garcia. He makes an easy throw over to first, and it'll be a 4-3 ground out to end the bottom of the 8th inning and take us to the top of the 9th. So Finnegan gets a good, productive inning. James Wood's going to come up. Okay. Oh, okay. I will do my best with the power I've been given by channel CEO District Nation. Thank you, Comas Fitzgerald. Channel CEO. I like that. CEO. So it's going to be the top of the 9th coming next. Leahy might continue the game. We do not know. We'll see. Pen. District Nation. CEO. That's a good one. We'll be going to the top of the 9th inning now. We'll see who's pitching for the Cardinals in this 8-1 game. Thanks for, just don't abuse your powers, Comas. Just use them to your best ability. Just chat when we have streams. Just come in, chat, have fun with it, and just keep the people we don't really want in out. Just block them, remove their chats, put them in timeouts. I'll put out something for you moderators to read later of what I don't want, because the moderators right now are you, Charles Adderley, T-Fits, and Pure Adrenaline. Top of the 9th coming next. And it looks like it's probably going to be Leahy again. But District Nation will not be able to cover any games anytime soon. We'll cover next Sunday's game, I think. Not this coming Sunday. Between Milwaukee, probably the home game against San Diego. When they're playing in a 1:35 game, I will probably be able to stream that. Then I'll stream some games from there between Cincinnati. So it's a home series then. So headed to the top of the ninth. Thanks so much for tuning in tonight's game, Comas. You're greatly appreciated for being in the chat. It's going to be the top of the ninth inning. Leading it off is going to be the right fielder, James Wood. Or left fielder, excuse me. He's 0 for 2 on the day with 2 strikeouts and a walk. So we go into the top of the ninth. Leahy's going to stay in. Here's the first pitch. It's outside, ball 1. It'll be a 1-0 count. Here's the next pitch. It is in there. Called strike 1 on a low and outside pitch to James Wood. Leahy's still in the game. It'll be a 1-1 pitch. Here's the pitch. Swinging a fly ball foul down a left field line. Out of play. It'll be a 1-2 count. I will not be able to stream tomorrow's game or the games this weekend. Sorry to you, Comas, and to Nats fans in general. I'll be back for the San Diego game next Sunday. Next pitch is in the dirt, ball 2. Lay off that. It'll be a 2-2 count. Okay, I'm going to be in my Twins gaming stream of the Walking Dead and Squid Game streams, also for Red Sox streams, but after streams I will redirect myself over to you. Thank you, Comas. I will not swing and a miss. Struck out James Wood to start the top of the ninth. So that'll be the first out of the inning. Gonna be in my Twins gaming stream, The Walking Dead. Oh yeah, Comas, when's his gaming stream tomorrow? Or when's his gaming stream? Because I actually want to be there. Can you tell me when the stream is, the gaming stream? Because I actually want to go to that one. Because I was in his MLB The Show one. Here's the pitch. Right in there, called strike 1. So when's Thomas's gaming stream? It'll be an 0-1 count. Coming set is Leahy. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss on an outside pitch, and it'll be an 0-2 count. Yeah, I want to know when Thomas is streaming so I can come in and raid him. I don't know where I'm going to send you over to, Comas. I'll probably redirect you to play-by-play with JJ for the night. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. That is low and inside, ball 1. It'll be a 1-2 count with 1 out. Where do you want to go, Comas? Where do you want me to redirect you? Is there anywhere you in particular want to be redirected? Here's the pitch. It's in the dirt, ball 2. It'll be a 2-2 count. Charles, I know him, YouTube friend. Yeah. Swinging a fly ball down the left field line, and it's going to be caught by the left fielder, Newtbar. Or it is now Hampson out there in left field. So now the Nationals are down to their last star. Yeah. Charles Adderley. Okay, his game stream would probably... No, I meant, to your Twins gaming stream. What time is that? So what time is Thomas streaming? I want to know when your twin is streaming. Here's the first pitch. Swing and a miss. On the 90-mile-an-hour changeup. Okay, his game stream will probably be at 7 or 8 my time. Is Rhino streaming? Give me a second, I'll check. It's a ball in the dirt, ball 1. It'll be a 1-1 count. I'll check who's streaming for you. Rising Rhino is not live right now. I'm live. Play-by-play with JJ's live. Northwest Sports Fanatics is live. It's going to be a 1-1. And it's going to be low and inside, ball 2. Max Coverage TV is live. Yeah. Rhino is not streaming. I'm sorry. I could just bring you to play-by-play with JJ. He's doing a 12-hour stream. He started at 1 p.m. today. And he's going till 1 a.m. this morning. My time. So he'll be going for about 3 more hours if you want. I can redirect you there. Swing and a miss, and it's going to be a 2-2. 2-2, 2 outs. The Nationals down to their last strike. And The fans seem to be getting a little rowdy now. I'll redirect you to play-by-play with JJ when this game is over. Here's the pitch. In the dirt, ball 3. So here's the 3-2. Here's the pitch. Ball 4 in the dirt, and Josh Bell is going to draw the walk. The Nationals will stay alive here in the top of the 9th inning. Play-by-play with JJ is where you're going to be. So let me just make sure I've got this. So there's the first pitch, and it's inside, ball 1 to Nathaniel Lowe. It'll be a 1-0 count. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball, foul. So it's going to be a 1-1 count with 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Swing! And another swing and a miss. And the Nationals are down to their last strike. Alright, I'm just going to send you a link. How did the Yankees win? Come on, man. I'm just going to send you a link to play-by-play with JJ. You can copy and paste that. Swinging a line drive into right field. That's going to be a base hit. Josh Bell will advance to second. And Nathaniel Lowe keeps the inning going. And now there are 2 runners out with 2 outs. The Nationals are not going to suffer in silence tonight. 2 runners on with 2 outs in the top of the 9th inning. So we have play-by-play with JJ's stream ready to be going. The pitch is outside and low, ball 1 to Paul DeYoung. So here's the 1-0. Swinging a fly ball. Shallow right center field. Center fielder will make the catch. So that's the end of the ball game. And the Nationals are going to lose this one 8-1. They get a knock in the 9th inning. They leave 2 runners along with a walk. But in the end, they're going to lose 9-1. So not a good game in general. So just not in general at all. So we're going to go here. We're going to get started to redirect you. So the Cardinals will win 9-1. Not a good game. So we're going to go here. Get JJ stream up. And I think it's copied. So I'm just going to send you a link to play-by-play with JJ. So here's a link. Thank you so much for watching tonight. It's ended at 8-1. The Washington Nationals lost to the Cardinals 8-1. For the Nationals, they pitched. The loss is going to go to Mike Soroka, and the win is going to go to Mike Michaelis. Comas, before you click that link, be sure to tell play-by-play with JJ I sent you over. And then I'll be over there in just a second. So thanks for watching, everybody. Live stream. We got 6 likes over the night. We gained 2 subscribers. Thanks for watching tonight. I will be back next Sunday, and tomorrow I might do a District Nation episode. Thank you so much for everyone watching. Hope everyone has a great day. To anyone who's rewatching this or anything, thanks for coming out, I'm really excited to keep doing this. I really enjoyed doing it, so thank you so much. And go Nats, even though they lost 8-1. For them, the Nationals, 1 run, 4 hits, no errors. The Cardinals, 8 runs, 10 hits, no errors. What a game. So once again, the Nationals, 1 run, 4 hits, no errors. For the Cardinals, 8 runs, 10 hits, no errors. So that's going to end the game, and I'm about to end stream. Thank you so much for watching. I redirected you to play-by-play with JJ. I'll be over there. Thanks. Okay, thanks for the stream. Sadly, not a Curly W tonight. Hopefully next time they're going soon. Okay, bye. Thanks for the link. Thank you, Comas. I am about to end stream. Thanks for watching the game. I'm going to fill out my score sheet, finish it up. Thanks for watching the stream, and anyone who's watching, even the replay, thanks so much for watching, and we're about to end stream. I'm going to head over.